the Popish plot. My name's Nate. Today is a Fermentation Friday, and today we are going to be discussing infusions. My beverage for the evening is a licorice infused vodka. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But all you really need to know right now is I love licorice. It's just a thing with me. But what we're actually going to be talking about for the most part is virtue. Virtues come in all sorts of different flavors. I've seen many different lists of them. I've seen lists of virtues that were arranged so that they perfectly matched up with the 7 deadly sins. So that way for every sin there was a heavenly virtue. But what we're going to be talking about today is 2 lists of virtues. One of 4 and one of 3, so they make up a total of 7. The first list is generally referred to as the intentional virtues. These include fortitude, temperance, prudence, and justice. The reason that these are called intentional virtues is because how deeply you are invested in them is all based on your intent. If you want to be more just, then you need to work on being more just. Your work, your effort, equals the amount of that virtue that you have. If you are working to be more prudent, you will stop and take time to consider decisions before you make them. If you want to have more fortitude, you will look at the things that are placed in front of you and say, this is something I have to deal with. It works like that for all of these 4. They are all 4 intentional virtues. If you are more intent on growing in them, you will grow in them. And you can keep on growing as long as you intend to. The other 3, on the other hand, are referred to commonly as infused virtues. It's because you can only get so far on your own. See, they are the virtues of charity, faith, and hope. You want to be more hopeful? That's great. That's all fine and good. But you can only be as hopeful as you were made to be. But it is possible to grow in these virtues. What you require is an infusion. You need God to take grace and give it to you. God gives you grace, you grow in the virtue. So you want to be more hopeful, you need God to give you hope. You want to be more faithful, you need God to give you faith. You want to be more charitable, you need God to give you charity. The good thing is that if you want it, God's got it. And if you ask Him, He'll give it. All you have to do is ask. You ask God to make you more charitable, you will be more charitable. God's going to give you that grace. You just have to really want it and ask for it. Which brings us back to our vodka. See, our vodka, well, when it was originally made, it was designed, ideally, to be a colorless, odorless, tasteless liquid that was, well, approximately a little less than 50% alcohol. But because it has no taste, it has no odor, it has no color, you can put things into it and it will break down those essences and take them into itself. Kind of like God's grace. I could go, just like I did with this particular bottle of vodka, and I could put some licorice candy in it, and it goes and it takes the color out, it takes the aroma out, I can smell the licorice, and it takes the flavor out. It tastes like licorice. Because I put something else into it. It went from being its optimal ideal to being something more. And it's the same way with you and these virtues. If you want to grow in them, all you have to do is ask. Now I will caution you. It's not really a caution, but you need to be aware of what you're asking from God. Because if you ask it of God, if it is good and holy and you ask it of God, God's going to give it to you. But it's not like it's just going to happen overnight. You're not going to ask to be more charitable and tomorrow you'll just wake up and you'll be a more charitable person. No, you're going to ask to be more charitable, and God is going to give you opportunities to do just that. He's going to give you the strength to do it, but you're going to be the one who's faced with the opportunities to actually take that step forward. A common one that gets a lot of jokes in some of the circles I've been in is patience. If you want to be more patient, just pray for patience. God's going to make you more patient. Warning, praying for patience is probably one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life. I guarantee you will become more patient. It worked for me. However, the way that you become more patient is by having your patience tested at every single turn of the screw. So, not to discourage you from asking for these things, just like with being penitent, you have to really be it. If you want to be more charitable, you really have to want to be more charitable. God will make you more charitable. God will make you more faithful. He will make you more hopeful. But it's not the easiest process of getting there. So remember, faith is a fantastic thing. If you want more of it, ask God. Go down below, share some of your favorite virtues. Remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll get notified when we have new episodes coming out. And until next time, live your faith, love your faith, share that love.